Pretty tough question. I think there's a whole range of skills, but if we narrow it down, I think it's planning, it's routines and rituals, and it's doing what matters. And when I talk about planning, in sport we call this periodisation. So we sit down and map out an athlete's year, and effectively we work backwards or we reverse engineer. And business leaders, CEOs that I've had the opportunity to work with do the same. They're just not looking at every day. They have a day focus, but they're looking at the big picture as well. So that's the first one, have a long range plan. The second one is habits and rituals. Now, we have habits and routines and rituals every day, but champions have more of the performance-inducing habits and behaviours. So really sift through, what do you need to do to be a great investor? What do you need to do to be a great family member or a partner? And make sure you embed those habits in. And the final one, do what matters. Now, that's pretty simple, isn't it? But look at your job description. What do you need to do more of? And get rid of a lot of the periphery or a lot of those distractions that are taking you away from what you do best. I really believe there would be two main criteria. One is the belief. So you look at whether it's a property investor, a CEO of a large company or an Olympic athlete, they have that belief. And from the experience I've had with property investors, they wake up every day, they basically click their fingers and say, I'm out there today, I'm playing the game. So there's that fundamental belief, and they look at, again, the world with a lens of optimism and what can go right. So they're really searching for opportunities. I think the second thing is the way they leverage their time. So I think really successful property investors, like successful people in any domain, they don't get caught up in the stuff or the junk. You know, they do what they're meant to do. So they scan information, they look at readings, they look at reports, they talk to the right people. They don't get bogged down in email and distraction and all that junk that we can fill our days up in. This will challenge a lot of your community, because I'm going to tell them to switch off. Like, switch off the internet, switch off the mobile phone, get rid of the distraction at times in the week. Now, we know the average person these days is interrupted once every 3 to 4 minutes. So how on earth can you think and plan and look at opportunity if you're always being distracted? So use technology wisely, don't abuse it, don't be controlled by it. I'd also say, look at how you set up your week. So have a couple of periods where you put in some time in your diary for you to, again, scan, to get information, rather than just react. The other thing I get them to do as well is leverage. Now, get support teams. If you've got enough money, invest in getting someone to do your admin for you, maybe your diary, definitely your bookkeeper. The world's best athletes, the world's best sports people, the world's best entrepreneurs, they don't do all the finer details. Again, they focus on what they do best. So I'd implore your people to go out there and get support. Whack your hand up and ask for help. I've spent 15 years in sport, in business, and also studying, and I think all of us have an on button. We also have an off button. Pretty technical, right? The on button is going for a lot of people 24/7, so what I've learned, especially through sport, is we need to recover, we need to recharge, we need to renew. So building regular breaks. Again, during the week, have a couple of periods. It might only be 10 or 15 minutes, 2 days a week, where you drop the tools and just sit and relax and think. Definitely take a proper holiday every year, and try and get the Bridget Jones mini break every quarter. You'll be amazed when you get back how much more refreshed and how much more renewed you feel. Again, and final thing, look at recovery as a tool to help you perform rather than as a weakness. The people that recover the best perform the best long term.